And welcome back to On the Record. In studio, Keith Myiow, community member, and possibly, or it could be actually, the Grand Chief. If you're allowed to run. Let me play the devil's advocate.
Go ahead.
Our community always says, you know, whatever decisions we're going to make should stay here. It's nobody's business outside the borders of this community to say what we can do and what we can't do. And we've tried to have, this community's tried to hold that for a long period of time and fought a lot to try to uphold some of those decisions. Now, you went to a federal court and had their decision basically stopped or turned and looking for more money and more hearings later on. The cost of it is going to be absorbed more than likely by the community, which is going to take dollars away from other services. You know, and you want a position as Grand Chief. How can we look at you as a leader if you're not looking, or we believe that you're not looking at the best of the community?
Well, I would say, take a look at the alleged leadership here and now today. They created this scenario. They flagrantly abuse community funds with their flagrant abuse of not adhering to anything that is legal. They change the rules as they go along. I follow them. I follow their rules. But each step of the way, they change them on me. And they've done this to the community members time and time again. The Danny Lahash case, your case, Butch Stacy, and many others, Joey Montour. We all went through the motions, followed right to the T. Bank council says, yeah, we'll uphold it. What did they do with Joey Montour? They says, a committee in the community will abide by whatever they say. They said to give him back his job. They said to give him back this and that and reinstate him. They said no. Well, for many years, since I was a kid, I heard the older people saying, the Great White Father. And we said we have to stop saying Great White Father, because a father can always talk down to his kids. What's the difference between Bank Council, either under Joe Norton or Mike DeLille, doing the same thing? Mm-hmm. It's a flagrant abuse. They don't account for those monies. They never did. And they never will, because they hide behind something that's called confidentiality. I don't. I'll do away with that confidentiality. I'll do away with that disciplinary measures. I'll do away with people being prevented from hearing what's going on at that table. The first day we walk into office, anybody in the community will be allowed in there. Anybody. You're from the community, you should be able to hear what we're talking about and how we're coming to those decisions. You shouldn't be locked out. But this is what they're doing. It's criminal activity. Only in communist countries, and this is what I said to the judge yesterday. He says, how do you feel about it going back to the community? I says, well, we did that last year in federal court, and what happened? They gave me back my salary, $23,000 and whatever. Okay, great. Still didn't resolve the issue. Mm-hmm. Then they did it again. Now, I says, you want me to go back there again? He says, Bank Council is arguing this is our jurisdiction. But that's the case. How many times do I have to get thrown in the lion's den?
That's my point, though.
Well, that's why those laws, those regulations have to change. They don't have laws. They have regulations. They have policies that are unenforceable and change even greater than the weather does.
But that's my point. You're kicked once, and you come back. You're kicked against, you come back. But in the whole time that's happening, people aren't speaking to you in the council.
Oh, they are.
You know,
oh, well, not the council, but the people in the community are. The people.
I mean, in the community is a different story. You know, there's individuals that shun you. There's individuals that talk about it. You know, there's so much bureaucracy and hatred. And how can you sift through all that and still come back and go back in that system? You still think that you have a place there?
I have a place on this earth to defend justice, utilize a good mind. That comes from the Garnet Goa. In there, what we are given, our duty, my duty is not for personal benefit and gain like my predecessors. My duty is to the people and for our future generations. Others, that's just cheap lip service. Mine, everybody sees what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. And since I've been dislocated from council for the last 22, 23 months, I've been working on bigger items. I have meetings set up with Washington. I have meetings set up with the international, dealing with this situation of trying to prevent our people from working in our reserve, our so-called territory, under our jurisdiction, traditional.